Welcome to our latest update on the ongoing war in Ukraine from the War Insider. The 343 days of the Russian wide-scale invasion have begun. The main update on the morning of December 1, 2023. A new group numbering around 30,000 people is preparing to attack Uldar. The Russian Federation has violated the agreement on nuclear weapons control. The U.S. appears to be announcing the supply of long-range missiles to Ukraine in the near future. Over the past day, 920 Russian soldiers were killed. Thus, the total number of Russian military casualties is 128,420. The occupiers carried out 5 air and 6 missile strikes over the past day. They carried out over 65 shellings from reactive fire systems. The civilian infrastructure of settlements in the Sumy, Kharkiv, Nikolaev, and Cherson regions suffered defeat. On the border with Belarus, no changes. The Belarusian Defense Ministry announced the start of new exercises with Russia. This refers to staff training during which the deployment of the forces of both countries will be planned. During the week, representatives of the military departments of the two countries will work out the issue of joint planning of the deployment of forces based on the experience of armed conflicts in recent years, on the theme making a decision on the deployment of the regional grouping for the purpose of ensuring the military security of the Union state. The statement from the Belarusian Defense Ministry says, "In the Svatovo direction, positional battles continue and the enemy is trying to drive out the Ukrainian defense forces. The situation in the Bakhmut sector is that the Russians are conducting battles in the areas of Krasnaya Gora and Vastjukivka. The occupiers continue to storm both private sectors in Bakhmut. They continue to suffer heavy losses in this sector. The situation near Ivanovsk is officially unclear, but the situation in the sector is difficult and quite threatening to Bakhmut itself. The Avdiivsk section remains unchanged. The situation in Avdiivka, Mariupol, and Uldar is under control. The enemy was able to advance slightly to the north of Novobakhmutivka in mid-January. Advisor to the mayor of Mariupol, Petr Andriushenko, stated that the main location for the concentration of occupying forces and military equipment for the attack on Uldar is in Mariupol, in the Mariupol district. According to Andriushenko, a new large group is being formed for the attack on Uldar from the end of last week. He estimates that the concentration of the military corps has increased from 15,000 to 2,530,000 live forces. The equipment mainly consists of tanks D-62, with the exception of a small number of armored vehicles of different classes for infantry. The air defense in all Mariupol regions has also been significantly strengthened. Andriushenko notes that the occupiers are getting stuck in the mud with heavy equipment. For example, near Yerzuf in the direction of Urevka, 6 tanks have become stuck in the mud, and there is currently no way to extract them. Zaporizhzhia segment unchanged. The Tavrida segment unchanged. The Russian Federation reported a diversion on the left bank. According to satellite images, something happened there, but we don't have any information about what specifically. The Russian Federation continues to suffer losses. Thus, in the area of Novoivanovka in Luhansk region, another military hospital has been set up. Around 100 Russian military personnel are being treated. The degree of injury is usually understated and not reflected in medical records. After minimal assistance is provided, they are sent back to the front line. The Ukrainian Defense Forces aviation carried out 9 strikes on areas of Russian concentration and 2 strikes on its anti-aircraft missile positions in the past 24 hours. Ukrainian fighter jets and artillery hit 13 areas of enemy force concentration, 1 control point, and 1 munitions drain. Poland wants to train Ukrainian Leopard 2 crews in 5 weeks, according to the commander of the Polish Leopard Training Center. If we intensify the training by increasing the number of instructors, optimize our time and weekends, we will be able to train a whole crew in 5 weeks, Major Mateusz Bonasinski told Reuters. The Ukrainian counteroffensive on the Lyman direction has been suspended because the weather conditions and resources currently do not support it, said the speaker of the Eastern Military Grouping of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, Sergei Cherevity. A number of factors are affecting. First of all, we are not Russians. We do not abandon our units when there are no reserves and sufficient fire support. Therefore, we act as adequate modern military science dictates. When we had these opportunities, we advanced weather conditions, reserves, he said. According to him, the lack of progress does not mean that the fighting has stopped. On the line and direction, Ukrainian fighters continue to destroy the logistics and warehouses of the occupiers. The Russian Federation has violated the Treaty on Nuclear Weapons Control, the U.S. State Department declared, according to the WSJ publication. The treaty limits the number of strategic nuclear warheads that the United States and Russia can deploy, as well as the number of ground and submarine-based missiles and bombers for their delivery. The treaty took effect in 2011 and was extended for 5 years in 2021. A January 31st report from the U.S. State Department, sent to Congress, says that Moscow is not adhering to the agreement for the first time since it took effect in 2011, and the absence of inspections has also complicated the verification of the number of deployed warheads. The USA will announce another military aid package to Ukraine. According to reports from various unofficial sources, the $2.2 billion arms package will include long-range missiles. It is claimed that these may be GLSDB missiles with a range of around 150 Kelvin and 93 miles. The range of the GLSDB will allow Ukrainians to reach remote logistics and military targets, significantly speeding up the victory for Ukraine and saving many lives. This is all the news for today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. We'll be back with more updates and information tomorrow. Thanks for watching.